Hey friends, welcome back to our June art challenge, and this week's theme is folk art. So we're going to paint a little fox friend today, and starting off with a light sketch again because I'm just unsure about folk art, so this just makes me feel better. You can see I'm just starting with a curved line, and then I'm just going to bring two little curved lines down for where his nose is going to be. Now just follow along step by step. We're keeping it simple and stylized. There's no realism here. We're just going for charm. So a couple more curved lines. You can see I did put a little thing for his nose there too. And one more curved line. I know this is not the best instruction, but one of those things that it's best to just watch what I'm doing. Take your time, do it step by step. You can see I gave him some sleepy eyes and a couple triangles for the ears, and the little triangles in the middle of the ears too, or inside. Now that's finished. We're going to do what is supposed to be a simple oval here, but my paper moved. Hold your paper down a little bit tighter than I did. Anyway, little oval here, and if your paper moves, it's okay to go back in and erase because that looks a little weird. And I do get a little bit fussy with my eraser and pencil because a lot of it doesn't matter because we're coming back in with pen. And here I'm just eyeballing where I want the tail to be and just doing a little swoopy line with the pointed end there. And you can make it as big and fluffy as you'd like, whatever suits your style. And then I'm going to erase just where the tip of the tail is there so that it comes in front of the body and you don't see the outline of the body in the tail. Again, getting a little too fussy here because our pens, I should say, are going to cover up any of our pencil lines anyway. So you don't have to tweak like I'm doing here. It's all good. And now it's already time for paint. And like you may have seen in the photo, I am using pink and blue, a little non-traditional for a fox, but this is what I wanted to do today. And for my pink, I'm using Scarlet in my Paul Rubens set. I'll talk about why I'm still using my Paul Rubens paints here in a little bit, but it's just a very diluted red. And that's what I'm going to use for all of the spaces that would be white. So this little part of the face and then the inner parts of the ears and the tip of the tail. So I showed you in a recent video that I have Winsor & Newton tube paints that I'm going to put in a new palette, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So that will happen soon. I just am not sure when. Maybe this weekend. All right, so just finishing up filling in the tail, and then I'm going to come in with my blue. Now I'm using a very dark blue. It's a mixture of Prussian blue and black. I wanted it to be a really nice contrast from the pink. And I just want to warn you though, if you don't have a good opaque white medium that you're going to be able to use for the details, you're going to want to use a lighter color if you are using black, or maybe using a gel pen that isn't quite as cooperative sometimes. But I'm trying out my Posca pens today, and I did do them on a little swatch of paper, and they're just going to be wonderful and show up beautifully on this dark color. So I'm really excited about that. I think they're going to be a fun addition to my tools that I'll be using in future paintings. This part can just be nice and relaxing. We're just coloring in, and this whole painting to me is relaxing because we are coloring in the lines, we're adding some doodles. It's a great way to fill a sketchbook page. It's a great way to just create a little character for fun if you don't have a lot of time, and it's just a fun little painting. I'm thinking the forehead part is a little bit too dark, and so I simply wiped my brush off on the paper towel, and now I am brushing it back into the paint, which lifts some of that color and water out of there. And I like what I'm seeing here. And now I'm just going to do the same thing with the body. I'm just going to paint in that whole oval, and I'll speed you up here in a little bit because again, it's just painting in the lines here, and I don't think you need me to walk you through that part. But you can see I'm being careful around the pink, and this is where it's very important that your pink is dry before you add the blue or whatever colors you're using, because otherwise they will bleed together and it will be quite a mess. All right, this is completely dry, so now it's time for the fun part, adding our pen details. I'm using a Micron black pen, size 8. You can use what you got. And for this part, I am simply outlining our fox. And just like I said in our folk art rooster that we did a couple days ago, I am not being quite as loose as I usually am when I outline my animals, just because it's folk art. There is just a little bit of, like I said, structure or something. If you have better descriptive words for me, let me know. But it just seems like folk art is just a tad more precise, albeit very whimsical and full of personality. So we're just being a little bit more careful, at least I am, with my outlining. And here I'm just adding the nose, a rounded triangle, and just filling that in there. You could obviously do that with pen as well. I mean, sorry, with paint. And for the eyes also, and decided for some eyelashes just because that adds to the whimsy. And for me, that just makes it look a little bit more peaceful too. We're not going to overthink this. We're just outlining, just kind of taking a step back every now and then and see if you wanted to add any extra lines here and there, little short lines for fur or whatever you might feel like doing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to look like mine. Just make it your own and have fun with it. And there I'm just adding kind of where the tail was or is, and we've got our outline complete, except that little part up by the tip of the tail where my paper moved. It was bothering me. So now I'm just kind of thickening that line up, and then I'm going to take that all the way down the tail and pretend like I meant to do that, and just kind of like make it more a thicker line so that it looks maybe like a shadow-ish type thing. Pretending I meant to do it. It's all good. Okay, and I'm a dork, so this is really exciting for me, bringing in my Posca pen. This is the smallest nib in the set of 3 that I got that I shared with you in my birthday art supplies haul. And you can see I'm just adding dots in the blue part of the ear so far. I am loving this Posca pen. It is, I love it. You know, I love my gel pens, as you know, but they can be a little fussy sometimes, and this is just so smooth. And I would highly recommend if you have not played with them. This is my first real painting I'm doing it. Like I said, I tested it on a swatch just to see if I knew how to like pump the pen and get all the stuff out of there. Anyway, here we are adding some more dots. Obviously, I added a big flower on his head or her head. What are we doing? I don't know. I haven't named this one. And loving it, stepping back, trying not to overthink, and I'm just trying to have fun and doodle. Again, great for a sketchbook page just to play. If you don't have a lot of time, enjoy this one. And adding some lines here and decided, you know, typical folk art, I'm also going to add some dots. These tiny little accents, I think, just add personality. And the more details I'm adding here, the more I'm thinking, it's a she. Yep, I think so. She's looking kind of royal here. And I'm just going to just kind of repeat what I just did around the chest area on the tail. And I have a feeling I'm not going to know when to stop here. That's just kind of how it is with my pen details sometimes. Okay, decided to just do a nice big swoopy flower on the tail. And again, I did not think this through. So you could do anything you want here. You can just do a nice botanical leafy branch, but I decided a flower would be nice. No pressure here, just have fun with it. And if you're feeling stuck, like trying to figure out what pattern to do, A, you can just copy what I'm doing if you like it. And B, just start with a few dots, you know, just adding those dots was so fun, and some lines. And just if you're using the Posca pen against a dark color, I tell you, I love the way that white really just pops against the dark color. Adding some leaves here, and decided I'm going to color those leaves in because they're kind of resembling the flower petals a little too much. Maybe you're winging it like I am and you're not sure how it's going to turn out, but I tell you, these last details, it's just fun. You just doodle to your heart's content, take a step back, and you know, it would have been fine to end right there, but here we go again. More dots because look, they just add so much. They don't seem like that big of a deal, but they just add to the charm, in my opinion. Again, another great place to stop, but we're going to finish it off here with some more dots. I think we're finished. What do you think? I mean, there's not a lot of more room to add more things. So we better finish up here. And yes, I think I've finally found a good place to stop. I'm going to go ahead and sign it. And I hope you have fun with this. I also hope that this little piece reminds you that art doesn't have to be complicated to just be beautiful in its own way and to be worthwhile. Okay, thanks for hanging out with me today, and I hope to see you on Saturday for day 9 of our June Art Challenge.